Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And today we're reviewing
Star Trek, the Discovery?
Just Discovery, not the Discovery. Yeah, so I'll confess, I'm not a big Star Trek watcher, if you know what I mean. I mean, I'm aware of stuff, I have basic Star Trek knowledge. I watched the two new films, I didn't watch Beyond. But yeah, I'm aware of people.
You're aware of people,
Yeah.
like Kirk and Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most people are. Most people have like a loose knowledge, even if you've never seen Star Trek. You know certain things. I've seen bits and pieces of the original show. I've seen all of Next Gen, all the movies. So I don't think either of us can claim to be Trekkies, but
no. So yeah, let's get into it. One thing? I mean, I'll run through the things I disliked. The title sequence to me was a bit bland.
it was. And it
kind of went on for a while.
See, but that's the thing. I hope they'd have a long one, that's like a lot of the Star Trek shows used to. But they always used to have these great theme songs that went over, like the Next Gen one, or even the original Star Trek. All the ones did Voyager and DS9 as well, but this one was so bland.
Yeah,
so boring. It dragged on, and what made it worse, it spoiled something.
And
neither of us. So at the time we're reviewing, neither of us has seen the second episode. But Michelle Yeoh is going to die.
Oh yeah, because
Jason Isaacs is credited, and she's a special guest star. So obviously she's dying, and he's going to take over as captain.
Yeah.
Idiots! What are you doing?
That's exactly what I thought as well. Yeah, so I think it's because it was very beige. You know what I mean? And it was like they wanted to do the Star Trek theme, and there was a tiny bit of it at like the end, and it was like they kept trying to do it and they kept backing off, and I was like, "Yo, make your mind up. Just do the theme tune, man." You know
but they can do a new one. Just do a new one. As long as the theme song is cool, it's fine. Look, the TNG one was kind of boring to watch as well. They had a great theme song with it, so no one cares. A little bit of that. It was so boring. Shorten it. You might as well either get someone in to do an actual composition, or just ditch it and do the flashy like Star Trek and then go on with the show. But whatever.
Yeah. What I thought was a bit the main character, Sasha from The Walking Dead, Michael. Her first bit with obviously Michelle Yeoh. I like that bit where they're going through the desert and stuff. The visual
that was interesting. They seem to be setting her up kind of like Will Riker on TNG, who was always this guy who was meant to be getting his own command but never bothered. He wanted to hang out on the Enterprise. That seemed to be, it's difficult to tell from one scene, but it seems like that's what they were suggesting, with Michelle Yeoh saying it's time for you to go and do your own thing, which by the end of the episode that might not be a possibility considering what she does.
Yeah. The chemistry between them was good. Yeah, I kind of really liked it. It was a bit batty, they're walking around and like they did like the little symbol, and that's how they get picked up. That was a bit batty because I was just like, no chance. I like their outfits. Their uniforms are cool. Yeah, the visuals are cool. The CGI was a bit ropey when she does her space jump, and she's in the suit. But apart from that, it was kind of sick. So yeah, it was engaging. The Klingon stuff was kind of cool at the start and stuff like that.
They went heavy with the. Do they speak Klingon? What language do they speak?
Klingon.
Okay, well, this is that. They went heavy with it compared to what I've seen. I mean, like even in TNG and in the movies, like they do brief bits of it, but mostly they speak English or basic or whatever they call it. But I think everything was Klingon, everything that they said, and also they've redesigned them again.
Yeah,
it seems to be like a Trek thing. Like every time they redesign them, they got a redesign in the movies. TNG kind of kept that. I think the new movies, the J.J. Abrams one, redid them again. Now another redesign. This one looks like super alien though. It don't even look remotely human anymore, which I guess that's modern makeup there.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff was cool. So basically, yeah, she gets adopted. I mean, she's on the ship, and then they're checking out a binary star system, and one of their little satellites gets destroyed, and they kind of scan and find like a mysterious thing. So she goes out to find it, and it turns out to be like a Klingon thing. And it turns out like ages ago she was orphaned by the Klingons and stuff like that, and adopted by Spock's dad. I like the kind of alien guy, the wuss alien guy. I thought he was good as well.
Yeah, he was interesting. It seemed like a less comical version. Remember of that, that character David Walliams, I think, played in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Where they always give up or whatever it was.
Surrender.
It seemed like a less comical version of that, like someone who just knows how to survive.
Yeah, he was cool. So I mean, in terms of the three kind of who got the main airtime, all three of them were pretty good. So yeah, and basically, I mean, carrying on with the kind of thing in the episode, yeah. So she lands on the thing, and there's a Klingon behind her. She jukes him and gets back to the ship, and she's like, oh, it's Klingon, and it's like, okay, I believe you. And then a ship appears out of nowhere, and then they're like, oh, should we fire at them or not? And then they get blinded. I thought that was cool, the whole like turning the torch on or whatever, so they can't see nothing, so they're effectively blinded and they can't see anything. That was an effective thing. I thought that was real cool. And then yeah, basically at the end, a bunch of like Klingon ships turn up, and it's like, oh, what do we do now?
It's interesting they went, it's kind of un-Star Trek. I mean, with the new movies, there's a lot of talk about being very like Star Wars and whatnot, but for the original Trek, it's kind of like un-Star Trek for them to be so intent on war, especially with your main character, who I guess like hates the Klingons. They did that with Kirk in the movies as well. He hated them. I think they killed his kid or something. So that, I wonder where they're going to go with that. I guess because she's the lead character.
Yeah,
that's the new thing as well. It's normally always the captain. I don't know. See, that's just what frustrates me, that they've gone and spoiled the goddamn. We know she's going to die.
I'll clock that straight away. I felt like they were they kept pushing her away from like the main bit of the ship, in the sense I was waiting for the ship to blow up or something like that. Like she kept getting pushed to the medical bay and pushed out the way of where everyone else was, so I was expecting them to get mullered and her to just be like a surviving person. So yeah, anything else you want to bring up? I thought it was an interesting watch. I can see why it might annoy traditional fans of Trek, though. Yeah,
a lot of it is very un-Trek. Even the fact that she turned on the captain, even if it's to try and save them.
That was funny.
But Trek always used to be about everyone gets along. You don't have the strife among the members of the crew, but they've done away with that, and maybe it's for the best. Like, I don't know. Like I say, we're not massive Trekkies anyway. I think as a show, it makes an interesting watch, but it's going to rile a lot of people, I think. Time-wise, I guess it's before the original Trek.
Yeah.
I don't know how much before. Because Sarek, it looks relatively young, so I guess Spock's out there somewhere. But I thought it was interesting. Like I say, I'm just frustrated by the stupid idea to just ruin the next episode.
Yeah, I thought the whole Klingon thing, the kind of white Klingon, and they were mugging him off. I thought that was kind of interesting as well. So yeah, let's talk numbers.
I'll give it an 8.
Same here. I was thinking, if we did this right after I watched the episode, I feel I probably would have given it a 9 because I was super hyped for it.
I will say at the minute the crew seemed a little bit small.
Yeah, because it really kind of focused on those three, and everyone else, they kind of just generic people who popped up and said one or two things. You don't really, because really in the original Star Trek, like everyone was like the main character. You know who Uhura was, you know who Scotty was, you know who Bones.
They were, but in fairness, it was always really about Kirk, Spock, and Bones. They were the main characters, so I suppose that is kind of in keeping. Even in Next Gen, it was normally about Picard and Riker or Worf, but they each had their own episode as you go on. So maybe that, as you get deeper into the show, I guess they'll get into the rest of them. It is only the first one.
Yeah. I'll give it an 8.5. I thought it was a real nice episode. Easy to watch, nice to look at. So yeah.
Did they say the ship they're on is the Discovery?
No, it was some like Japanese net thing.
So the ship's gonna get destroyed. Okay.
Yeah.
So right. Okay. Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you for the next episode of Star Trek Discovery on the Superhero Hub.